What if life itself was part of a cosmic computer program or a holographic projection? If the universe is a hologram or a simulation, biological processes and reality itself might operate on principles far beyond traditional physics and chemistry. The holographic principle suggests that our 3D world is encoded as 2D information on a distant cosmic surface. In this view, DNA, cells, and enzymes could be information structures rather than purely physical entities, akin to how pixels on a screen create images in a video game. Similarly, if the simulation hypothesis is true, biology might be the result of sophisticated algorithms designed to create life-like complexity. This could explain certain biological mysteries. For instance, DNA might function as a highly optimized code, far beyond what random evolution can account for. The fractal nature of tree branches or blood vessels might reflect the efficient algorithms of a simulation. Even strange phenomena like the placebo effect or spontaneous mutations could be glitches or pre-programmed features within the cosmic software. So, in a simulated universe, fundamental limits like the speed of light or molecular reaction rates might represent computational constraints rather than inherent laws of nature. Biological processes could slow down or speed up based on how resources are allocated, much like graphics resolution adjusts in video games to maintain performance. Such ideas remain speculative but offer fascinating new perspectives. If true, biology would no longer be about molecules and reactions alone, but also about information, computation, and interactions between consciousness and the fabric of reality. This paradigm could revolutionize how we study life, blending physics, biology, and technology into a unified quest to uncover the code of existence. The holographic principle suggests that all the information about a three-dimensional object or system can be encoded on a two-dimensional surface. In biology, this means the complexity we observe in living organisms might be a projection of simpler, fundamental processes in a lower dimensional space. This raises the possibility that cellular activities, molecular interactions, and genetic information are governed by deeper informational rules embedded in the universe. For instance, DNA's compact yet vast informational capacity might reflect its holographic origins, with complex biological behaviors emerging as projections of simpler mathematical laws. Phenomena like entanglement or coherence in biological systems could also manifest as shadows of higher dimensional interactions. As an example, the remarkable efficiency of photosynthesis, which leverages quantum coherence for energy transfer, might signify a holographic optimization of energy use at a fundamental level. Analogously, biological processes in such a framework are akin to 3D movies projected from 2D reels, with the perceived richness of 3 dimensions being an extrapolation of encoded information on a flat surface. The simulation hypothesis proposes that all aspects of the universe, including biology, operate within a computational framework. Life under this model is not a result of spontaneous chemistry, but the execution of designed code. Biological phenomena such as genetic mutations, cellular division, and metabolic cycles could reflect algorithmic rules ensuring diversity and complexity. Physical constraints like the speed of light or the second law of thermodynamics might be system-imposed limitations. Anomalies like spontaneous disease remission or rapid evolutionary leaps could represent glitches or updates in the simulation. For example, the rapid emergence of antibiotic resistance in bacteria could be pre-coded to maintain ecological stability. In this context, biological processes resemble characters in a video game, where behaviors and outcomes are dictated by programming, occasionally modified by bugs or updates. If the universe is fundamentally informational, quantum information could underlie all biological processes. Quantum effects such as entanglement, coherence, and tunneling might optimize biological functions. For instance, enzymes catalyze reactions with extraordinary speed and precision, potentially using quantum tunneling to overcome energy barriers. Neural processes, like brain signal transmission, may rely on quantum coherence for efficient communication. This implies that biological systems function as quantum informational systems, leveraging quantum mechanics to enhance survival and efficiency. A striking example is the quantum coherence in photosynthesis, where energy is transferred between molecules with near-perfect efficiency. Such systems are comparable to quantum computers, exploiting physical principles for superior problem-solving capabilities. In a holographic or simulated reality, the resolution of biological systems might be constrained by the smallest units of information defining the universe. At extremely small scales, molecular and atomic details could be approximations rather than precise replicas of physical processes. This might explain why complex phenomena like DNA replication or protein folding operate with exceptional efficiency. The system could conserve computational resources by optimizing resolution only where necessary. For example, the fidelity of DNA replication, supported by error correction mechanisms, may represent a balance between precision and resource efficiency. Biological resolution in this model is akin to a digital image where clarity is enhanced in critical areas, while less essential details remain simplified. In an informational universe, consciousness may actively influence biological processes. The quantum observer effect, where measurement impacts outcomes, could extend to biology, suggesting that awareness shapes physical systems. This may explain phenomena like the placebo effect, where belief influences health outcomes. If consciousness interacts with the universe's informational fabric, biological processes might be partly guided by observer intent. For example, the placebo effect demonstrates how mental states can produce tangible physiological changes. Consciousness influencing biology is comparable to a player shaping a video game's events through interaction, altering the system's behavior in real time. Fractal geometry observed in biological systems, such as the branching of trees, blood vessels, and neurons, suggests underlying algorithmic design. In a holographic or simulated universe, fractals could naturally emerge from simple mathematical rules in reality's foundational layer. These patterns maximize efficiency by optimizing resource use while ensuring functionality, as seen in nutrient transport or information flow. For example, the fractal structure of lung alveoli maximizes surface area for gas exchange, enabling efficient respiration. Biological fractals are like Mandelbrot sets, complex forms arising from simple, repeating algorithms. Unexplained biological phenomena, such as spontaneous mutations or unexpected recoveries, might reflect glitches or updates in a simulated reality. Such anomalies challenge classical explanations and could hint at deeper computational mechanisms. For example, spontaneous genetic mutations conferring significant advantages, like antibiotic resistance, these biological anomalies resemble software bugs in complex programs, revealing the system's underlying architecture. In a simulated universe, evolution could be algorithmic rather than random. Natural selection might serve as a mechanism for optimizing life forms within the simulation. Adaptations and mutations might reflect deliberate adjustments to maintain ecological stability, suggesting evolution as a predefined optimization process. For example, the rapid development of insect camouflage to avoid predators could be a programmed response. Evolution in this framework is akin to iterative updates in software, refining the system for improved resilience and function. In a holographic or simulated universe, causality may be an emergent phenomenon rather than a fundamental rule. Biological systems might display non-causal behaviors, such as preemptive adaptation or instantaneous communication, reflecting computational shortcuts or higher dimensional interactions. For instance, birds migrating before adverse weather could indicate interactions with deeper informational layers of reality. Non-causal phenomena in biology resemble predictive algorithms where outcomes anticipate future events based on embedded patterns. If the universe is a hologram or simulation, biology transcends physical processes and is deeply interconnected with the universe's informational foundation, DNA. Evolution and consciousness might emerge from encoded principles, challenging traditional perspectives on life. These concepts open new possibilities for understanding the interplay between information, biology, and the cosmos. And